Hey, it's Rob, the Ignorant Entrepreneur. Now, I wanted to weigh in on the Supreme Court decision on affirmative action. I've been seeing it all over social media and TikTok. Some people celebrating, some people not so much, right? And another article popped up on my phone talking about how this could also apply to the workplace. Now, for schools, and I get both sides of the argument, right? We want to reward people for their merits and actually what they're achieving. But on the other side, we're not taking into account where people come from. Now, here's where it can get a little dicey because certain people don't have the same opportunities as other people that come from affluent places. So it's not really an equal opportunity, but there's the internet. People have availability to information like they've never had before. You can certainly say that certain cultures within specific races prioritize things. Like a lot of people are promoting that, Asian Americans are about to do so well. Maybe if you include Indians in that. But I haven't seen too many videos from like Indian Americans, if they consider themselves Asian Americans. But Indian Americans also have a culture of a high emphasis on academics. But also getting back to the benefits, what bringing in diversity in any setting means for growth and development of everyone involved. And not necessarily because you do well in school means you're going to do well outside of school, right? School is used to figure out who has a better work ethic. And it's what people will say is the best tool to figure out what that work ethic is. And personally, for me, I don't like any implication that people think that I got to where I am simply because of the race that I am, but actually because of the merit and the value that I bring in all different varieties of life. However, this article that I was reading was talking about how this could also apply to employers and in the workforce. In fact, Justice Neil Gorsuch explained in his concurrence that when Congress enacted the Civil Rights Act, it used the same words in Title VI, which bars federally funded colleges from discriminating, as well as Title VII, which prohibits employers from discriminating. Both parts of the law have the same meaning and are essentially identical, he wrote. Weighing those words, employees are bracing for an avalanche of lawsuits. In recent weeks, complaints have been filed with the federal EEOC against Mars, Inc., the candy company, for openly touting that it will increase racial diversity in top management from 16 to 30%, and against the retailer Nordstrom for pledging to increase the representation of Black and Latinx individuals in people manager roles by at least 50% by the end of 2025. Now, on the justices' side, they're pushing back against that skin color produces diverse viewpoints. Clarence Thomas suggested that two white students, one from Appalachia and one from wealthy San Francisco suburb, may offer diverse viewpoints versus two students, one white and one Black, from Manhattan's Upper East Side. Now, I've been seeing a lot of different videos. I'm not going to go too much into the stats. We do have some states that have been disregarding this for quite some time. And it seems to be that the consensus from those videos is that, yes, you've seen a marked drop in some of those minorities, namely Black and Hispanic. But I want to add this point in that nobody really seems to be addressing, is that AI will solve all this, right? Look, using this type of logic, and not to say that I'm fully against it, right? Using this type of logic, we're going to go fully merits-based. Let me see the person that's going to outperform AI, a machine that doesn't need to sleep, that can take in all types of data points. And it's not a question of if, it's a question of when, right? We all know it's a question of when. Let's see the person that's going to merit-based beat out an AI that's deployed specifically for that job that that applicant is going to look for, right? Schools, this is my future prediction on what's going to happen. Schools are going to be irrelevant at a certain point because, and you can see, I've seen articles like Ivy League universities unveil plans to teach students with AI chatbots, actually as soon as this fall. Schools are going to be irrelevant because employers are going to have a point where, unless there's legislation involved, you have a person that's going to require X amount of dollars to do a job, right? They're going to be able to work at a human capacity. Now, an AI is going to be able to work at a machine capacity and for significantly less dollars. It could be in-house built, correct? So at a certain point in the near future, a lot of CEOs are saying in 5 years, a lot of this stuff is going to be here. At a certain point, you're going to have to look at merits versus what actually is, because a machine and AI will beat out everybody. So I'm curious how those principles will hold up in that near time. I believe that there will have to be legislation involved to still have people involved in some way, or the system will have to dramatically shift, see universal basic income. Now, again, this is a prediction and we got to deal with what's here today and how this will impact the lives of people here today. I don't have the answers. I don't. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm out.